So, hey guys, welcome to this episode of Let Me Tell You About Homestuck, and it's for the only update from Friday, October 12th, 2013 to Friday, October 19th, 2013. I'm aware that I'm pretty behind. I had a meetup this weekend, and then I had a bunch of stuff to do, so I ended up not being able to do the update until now, which isn't really a big deal because if you guys know, Hussie just announced that he's going to have a gigapause, which means that he's not going to be posting anything else until he posts the end. He's going to put his full concentration on putting everything together. I know this might upset a couple people or shock a couple people, but I'm really excited about it. I mean, I'm excited to see what he has and to not have to worry about it being broken up and worrying about what's going to happen next. It's great to theorize. It really is. But there's sometimes where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about that character. So, once the ending is posted, depending on how long it is, I will be probably doing 10 to 20 pages of it at a time, and trying to post probably about twice a week, just on my updates, and if there are cinematics, I'll put a link to a way to get to the cinematic, but I won't sit there and describe every aspect of it because when it comes to certain things, I miss stuff when it comes to that, even if I've watched it over and over, because I watch Cascade a lot, and there's still stuff in that video that I'm like, oh, I missed that. So, I don't want to sit there and try to explain a cinematic. I can explain panels because I can look at them over and over, but when it comes to a cinematic, I'll just let you guys look at it yourselves. Now, you're also probably wondering, well, you just started this show. What are you going to do now? Well, I'm going to do what I said I thought I'd do whenever Homestuck was over. I'm going to start at the very beginning, and I'm going to do updates on just 10 to 20 pages starting from the very beginning, so by the time I am finished with this show, I will have summarized the entirety of Homestuck to you. And I think that's pretty interesting. It's a good exercise for me to be able to, you know, give this information to other people, and it's a good exercise for other people who apparently are okay with staring at my face and the way I depict updates. You know, and if there's certain updates you don't want to read, you can just come here and hear the summarization of it, so that's where that stands. So I hope that's okay for you guys. Oh, did I show you? I didn't show you because I've just been here talking, but check it out. I'm wearing my John shirt. Ugh. Yeah. I went as God tier John to the meetup. I was gonna go as Mina, but I don't know. This shirt is super comfortable, so I'm not complaining. So, I guess we will get on with the actual updates for this week. We left off with the screen being corrupted and Carcat looking shocked and saying like, no. And we start with what looks like either the end of Jane's fork or like a kernel spread or whatever, because it's like this ball that looks kind of like a planet sinking into the lava. And the further it sinks, then you start to see those little dream clouds that you see further into the show. In the show. Yes, it's a show now. But it shows clouds that have different characters doing different things. Like you see Carcat and Tanaya, Arania, the two dogs chasing Dave, and you see Rose. And then it shows a completely different cloud on the next panel with Gamzee still looking completely insane, but he's holding on to Terezi so she doesn't fall in the lava. Then it switches on to Jake assuming that Terezi is some kind of bandit or criminal because of her blindfold and saying, you know, hey, I'm sure she deserves this beating. She's a criminal, right? But could you maybe stop? And actually he says to let her go, and I'm like, no, don't let her go! He's dangling her over lava! Are you nuts? Silly Jake. Silly Jake. So, after that, Rose is like, nope, nope, I don't care whether it's a courtship ritual or not, you're gonna stop. And she's like brandishing her weapon, and there's like magic coming out of it. She fires the magic as Terezi is being flipped up back onto the little pavement, and Terezi barely misses the blast. Excuse me, it seems like I always burp right during these updates. So, after that, I'm burping again. there's like in all of these scenes there's also corruption. Like you will see like stuff from the previous panels and stuff from the panels that are showing up. Like you'll see like Rose showing up on one of the panels and she's about to show up on the other panel as she's firing. So that happens quite a lot in all of these because the corruption on here is just really bad. So after Terezi barely dodges the spell, she is reaching for her weapon, and as the spell lands, you can see that it hits where Jake is, and Jake is like blown backwards. But yeah, Terezi is reaching for her weapon, and as you see her reaching for her weapon, you also see like Arania's eye, and of course the scene will switch to Arania with like this really concentrated look on her face because she's like levitating Brain Ghost Dirk's sword now, and you know, she's got it levitated pretty high, and Jane is still beating on her. And then it switches back to Gamzee pulling Terezi away from her own weapon, and he continues to like grab her around the neck and assault her and everything. And Karkat and Kanaya are pulling out their weapons, and Karkat is like, "Oh hell no!" And he's like, "We're not gonna hug it out this time, dude. If you don't let her go, you know." He's threatening some serious harm now, and it's pretty cool. It makes me happy to see them like pulling out their weapons and being all awesome. I'm drinking a cherry coke. Okay, so then you see like a shadow go over Karkat's face, and like he's looking up, and Rose is looking up, and Arania's looking up, and she's like, "Oh shit!" And what you see like Betty Crocker corruption in the background of Arania, and you can see that the Condense's ship is showing up on the scene, and that the Condense is showing up, and she is pissed. Her focus, of course, is directly on Arania, and she's like real mad. Like, she's clearly going to strike on Arania because Arania's, you know, messing with Jane, and Condense is trying to control Jane, so. Then after that, it does one of those things that it's been doing, like it shows a map where, and like a little icon of where everybody is on the map, and as you see that, you see that the curtains, like the really crappy green curtains that Caliborn has, they're like forcing themselves closed. Which means that we're gonna have to look at Homestuck probably soon, which is just, But yeah, the only thing that doesn't get put behind the curtains is the Condense's ship. And I'm wondering, is that foreshadowing for something? What's gonna happen? Because I'm pretty sure we're not gonna know until the end, right? Unless he posts something else before the end, but I highly doubt it, so we won't know. And that's pretty much the update. It was a big update, but small compared to the fact that it was only one update. I don't know. But it was an interesting update, and at least we know that Terezi's not going to fall into lava. Hopefully Karkat and Kanaya will save her, and Condense is going to kick Arania's ass, probably, right? I guess we'll see what happens. But it's, you know, it's interesting things to think about. It's sad that it's going to be towards the end, but we knew it was going to happen sometime. I know for me, I'm not going to stop cosplaying. I'm not going to stop being into Homestuck just because there's a hiatus again. Instead, I'm just going to focus on doing some cool stuff. Oh, I wanted to show you something. My friend at the meetup saw that I was like really stressed out, and she was like, she had messaged me before, and she was like, "So, who's your favorite character? I'm doing this super secret project, and I want to know." And I was like, "Well, Kanaya is my favorite character." And look, she made me a Kanaya Scalemate, and it is the coolest thing ever. It is so pretty. Oh. I'm working on my own Scalemate for Sora. I know you don't know who that is, but you know, mine's really derpy. I was originally gonna make it Pyrospite, but then like I wanted a blue belly, so it's really derpy, and it's gonna have its headset on today, but it's not as cool as hers, but still, I'm just like, so neat. So I just wanted to share that. I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I will see you guys probably, maybe not this week, because this week, starting tomorrow, I'm going on a trip, so I may not be very available. Like, I'll be posting vlogs and stuff, but I may not be very available for, like, this show. So, as soon as I get back from vacation, I will put up my first, episode with, starting from the beginning of the, series. Okay? Alright. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye!